All right, I'm a little new at this. I'm not as good as you guys, but I've got lots of ideas from you. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. Pink It Forward, I don't know. Has anybody heard of Pink It Forward out here? A few? What it is 5 family members, me included, started a nonprofit organization for breast cancer survivors. 4 out of the 5 of us are breast cancer survivors. What it is we give back to patients things that we found were beneficial to us. We make it a little more personal. There's the American Cancer Society, and there's all those great, wonderful things that I benefited from, but this makes it a little more personal. In 2011, I'll just give you a little bit of background on it, and then you can ask me some questions on what we do and how we do it. And I may be looking at ideas from you as to how we can reach out to more people. In 2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was recently divorced. Sorry if I break down, it's still new. And I went through a double mastectomy, reconstruction, and chemotherapy. I did all that raising 2 boys. One who is now 17 and a senior, and one that is an 8th grader at Wachter. So it was a struggle. And I was very, very lucky to have a wonderful man in my life at the time that took care of me. Did things that he probably would never admit to in helping me get through my daily tasks. But I had wonderful family and friends that gave me just the little things. Blankets when I sat in my chemo chair. Button-up pajamas when I had my mastectomy because I couldn't pull anything over my head. Little things like that you would never think of. I didn't think of. And breast cancer runs in my family. My mom has been diagnosed 3 times. Little bit of background on that. I was diagnosed in 11, had my mastectomy. A month and a half later, my mom was diagnosed the 3rd time. She had a mastectomy, started chemotherapy. A month and a half after that, my sister was diagnosed, had double mastectomy. She did not have to have treatment. She caught hers in enough time because of me. I also had a cousin in that time span that was diagnosed. So within a 4-month period, there were 4 of us. And we all got such wonderful support from family and friends. So what the Pink It Forward really stands for is paying it forward. But we use the little breast cancer ribbon as our P, and we call it Pink It Forward. And we give back to breast cancer patients. And at this time, we've been doing it through our doctors at Sanford or just beating the pavement ourselves. I've contacted the Bismarck Cancer Center. I've contacted, St. A's, Mid-Dakota, Women's Way, whoever I could get into to get our services out. One of our services is a chemo kit. Things that I found were beneficial to me when I sat in that chemo chair on a weekly basis. That includes just a bottle of water. Like I said, simple things. Bottle of water, a journal, a pen, because I did a lot of that. Hard candy to suck on because you get a really metallic taste in your mouth when you're getting all that fun stuff. A chocolate bar, because who doesn't need chocolate? What else do we have in there? Trying to think what all. We just kind of give it out. Hand sanitizer and lotion. Hand sanitizer is very important when you're going through chemotherapy. You have it with you all the time. The other thing is we give out button-up pajamas for mastectomy patients. And we've partnered up with the surgeons at Sanford at this time. It's something you wouldn't think about, but I lived in these for 3 weeks. Not this pair. But, you don't realize all that stuff until you're going through it. We're also starting We've given away tie blankets with the breast cancer logo on it. We send that to chemo patients. We've sent as far away as Florida, but we try to keep most everything local here or Fargo. My cousins are in Fargo. So we're kind of trying to do it statewide here, but we will reach out to anybody who contacts us through our Facebook page or our website, which is pinketforward.net. So it's been very busy. We started in February of this year, so we're very, very new. And, everything just from scratch, we've been doing it. People giving us ideas of what we can do, how we can go out and help people. And basically what we want to do is give back. Let them know that we're thinking of them and that this is a hard time and you'll make it through it. We've also considered a scholarship fund for a senior, locally or within the state. We haven't really developed that yet. That has been affected by or has a family member, an immediate family member that was affected by breast cancer. So we're trying to incorporate all that too, because my kids, it was hard, so we're trying to reach out not only to the breast cancer survivors or the patients but their families too. We're also thinking about adding like a movie night for the family because it's stressful. Just get them out, away from the heartache and all that. But that's just kind of, our website does give each of our stories. If you want to visit that, gives a little bit of more idea of what we do offer out there. And like I said, new, so any ideas that anybody has or any connections that we could get our story out to help people would be wonderful.
I have two questions.
Okay.
First, since you are a nonprofit, how are you funding to get your kits made? And then also, do you guys currently have employees that you're working, or is it a volunteer basis?
Okay. The answer to the first one is everything has been out of our pocket. Everything that we have done, my sister, my 3 cousins, and myself, and my mom, out of our own pocket. We have started having some fundraisers, and during the month of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we had a lot of organizations donate to us. October was our first major donation month. It was incredible. As far as employees, nope, we have no employees, and nor do we intend to at this point. Everything is going to be basically volunteer basis. And we put those kits together in my basement or my sister's basement and take them and deliver them to the hospitals or locations ourselves. Everything at this point has been through us.
So Tammy, when these businesses are supporting you and donating, are they giving money? Are they giving actual supplies? Or what can we do for you? I mean, if a business wanted to step up, how can we best help? And be honest, in what quantity?
Good question. At this point, supplies are great. The only problem with that is we're very specific. Nothing can be scented, like the Germex or the lotion. Nothing can be scented. So if a business would be interested in that, we would like them to contact us so we could give them an idea of what we're looking for. But most places have contributed funds, which has been nice. It gives us the ability to go out and get exactly what we are needing. We've been doing, like I said, the tie blankets. I'm sure everybody's kind of familiar with those fleece blankets. They're very beautiful, but very expensive. I mean, to make. And we sit and make them in our basement. So some people have contacted us and said, I'll go get you some fleece. Wonderful. But the massive quantities we don't really need at this point because we do, it's so just new. So I don't need like 300 Germexes right now. You know what I mean? It's just, I'd like to keep all that fresh and not get it outdated and all that stuff. But that's how we've been doing it so far.
if someone wants to take advantage, and has a family member or something, is there a form on the website, or what's the process
Okay.
for requesting a kit?
You can do it either through the website or Facebook, and you just hit the contact us button and kind of give us a little background of what the situation is, and we answer each and every one of those at this point.
Hello.
Hi.
I'd like to know the goal. I mean, so if you, a year from now, so when you celebrate your first anniversary, is it a measure of kits that you will have distributed? Is it knowing that you've contributed to others? Is it a certain level of funds raised? What's the dream? What's the picture out there?
Our dream is very good question, because we discuss that every time we have a meeting. And I think it's just grown so fast that our goals are just all messed up right now, because we've really been getting a lot of feedback on this. But our goal is just to reach out to as many people as we can that are going through this. At this point, our goal isn't how many chemo kits we get out, how many pajama packs we get out. Our goal is basically the thank yous we get is amazing. And the feeling of giving back to all those people, for how people gave to us. So our goals are probably not as focused at this time, being so new, but we are going to definitely visit that as far as how our goal at this point was just to get through Bismarck, or try to get our name out in Bismarck. That was our first goal. And then to forward it to Fargo and get Fargo on board. And just, it's kind of different, because there's so many different ways that this can go with, a cancer patient or a family. But goals right now there's so many of them. Right now is just to get our name out there and help as many people as we can. Right now. Anybody else?
So as I'm walking over to Marlo with the mic, I'll ask you this. If someone wants to volunteer, maybe they don't have the means to donate or give cash, but they have time. Are you accepting volunteer hours or?
We do. In fact, we do some fundraising. I'm sure, I don't know how many of you have heard you can go to Pizza Corner and make pizzas fundraising. We did that one Saturday. We took like 25 to 30 people, and a few kids that are in the Honor Society that needed service hours. So we took a whole lot of people and went there and we did that. So we'll be doing those types of things throughout the year. We need sometimes volunteers to help make tie blankets, or help put chemo kits together, or just different things. But we will be putting things out on our website and on Facebook, that if anybody's interested in doing that to contact us.
Tammy, I think this is an incredible story. So,
Thanks.
Our hats off to you for what
Thanks.
you've done. Couple things, and I'm going to beat Jared to this because he always asks this question. But are you thinking about the possibility of moving forward on a national level with this program? And are you moving towards a 501 status?
Okay, good questions. The 501 status paperwork has been submitted. So yes, we are moving forward with that. Just waiting to hear, and that's a process in itself, I was told. So, the good thing is the process has begun. Other states, amazing the amount of requests we've had for that people contacting us, asking us if they can start the same thing in their state. So we have visited that, but we want to slow things down just a little bit and get some of the T's crossed and the I's dotted before we get into that. But yes, that's been asked of us already.
So I know word of mouth is probably one of your biggest marketing techniques, but I also, you partnered up with the hair school and actually did the strips of pink in the hair. Do you want to talk about some of your other marketing strategies and maybe even highlight on that one? Because I thought that was a fairly unique fundraising idea.
And that all came through by just a friend that we had in the that worked with the radio station, contacted us and asked if we would be interested in partnering with them for that pink strand in your hair. Our market, that's kind of some of what we've been struggling with is our marketing, because it's so specific as to how you market something so personal and specific. But little things like that got our name out amazingly. But different marketing things we're trying to do is, we try to keep everything that we do connected with what we are. So the pink strands, right now, as far as marketing, it's been mostly just getting our name out, T-shirts, sweatshirts, little koozies, anything that we can do to get our name out at this point. So marketing we could use a little help on as well, but it's so hard just with that specific group, and you have to make sure you don't market the wrong way with such a personal thing. So we're open for suggestions on all that.
Well, one of the first things we can have you do right now is just say what your website is, and maybe
Yep.
what your Facebook page is, because this is being recorded and will be put
Okay.
out on Channel 12.
It is www.pinkitforward.net, not .org, .net, because there is a .org, and that is not us. And then the Facebook page is just Pink It Forward. It's amazing how many contacts we've had through Facebook. Social media is awesome. But
I would suggest that you would identify yourselves on every item that you
okay,
have in your pouch,
okay,
so that other
Yeah.
people or help,
Yeah.
caregivers, etc., can
yeah, and we are.
identify with you instead of just a bottle of
Yeah.
a box of sweets.
And that's what we're in the process
that
of
your name
doing,
is done, yeah.
all that marketing stuff. I appreciate you saying that, because I've kind of went back and forth with how much personalization you want to get versus, like not over the top. But agree, our blankets, we're looking into getting some blankets with our logo on them that we give out. And we do, every pair of pajamas or every chemo kit that we give out, we do have our logo on it and a little card attached. But I agree, a little more personable, showing us as the organization.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi,
So glad
thank
to
you.
see you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud that you've gotten this far from the last time that I saw you. I had two ideas for
Okay.
you. One, I noticed this summer on a website for Dakota Zoo that they have a spot on their website for products needed.
Okay, good idea.
So that it basically lists out things that would be helpful for donation.
Good idea.
The other thought I had was kind of a tie to his, was to make it personal, to maybe get some patches made that you can just sew on to the
There you go.
pajamas or to your tie blankets.
Good idea,
Because
good
then
idea.
you wouldn't have to pay so much for each one.
Wonderful
of your products
idea.
it just kind of came to me, so.
Yeah, perfect. I will look into that today.
Do you guys have any kind of pamphlet that you
Yep.
kind of hand out with your story and then maybe ways people can donate?
Yep, we do. We do. I brought some along in here today too, so if anybody's interested, I'll kind of just set them out a little bit. But we do have pamphlets that we've made up, business cards, all that fun stuff. But that's been a slow process too, because I'm kind of a perfectionist in some way that, you want it to look right and you want it to say the right thing. But yep, we do have all that, so yes.
We have a question up here in front.
And this is more of just a comment, but really 1 Million Cups is an educational forum, so the collaboration is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I just think even connecting with Shelley, she presented last week, and not the same market, but in a way a similar model. So even
Okay,
that connection
wonderful.
would be fantastic.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was hoping for, just meeting people that could give me some ideas or just kind of send me in the right direction.
Well, I tell you what, when you get involved with Shelley Michaels Aberly and Military Ovation and any of her projects, be prepared to go global because it's, you better be ready. Yeah. Pinkett Planet.
Yeah. And I want to
Sorry,
thank all of you guys for listening. And obviously, this is just a short little story of what we do and what we're planning on doing. It's just October was super busy for us with it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this came, I think I talked to you on Monday, so this was kind of a short notice little thing. Wasn't really prepared, so I apologize. But any ideas, please let me know.
I want to say thank you because breast cancer is pretty personal. My mom died when she was 48. And I've chosen to go different routes with my passions because it's too personal for me. But I think, like Scott said, I'd love to partner with you. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of people out there in pain. And whatever I can do to help, I'm on board.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. And I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. Breast cancer isn't fun, but I always, a friend of mine told me, knowledge is power. And that's where I'm going with this. I just want the awareness to be there and give back to those people that are struggling. Because it does affect, and it's happening to younger, my sister was 35, I think. So it's happening to younger people all the time that have young kids. And now with the gene testing and all that fun stuff, which, by the way, I did all that. I mean, I've done everything that you possibly could to help the next generation. But we just want to help the people now that I was 2 years ago. So thank you very much.
We still have about 4.5 minutes
anybody
left.
else?
I will ask this, I know that you all work full-time jobs.
Yep.
How much time do you spend dedicated to this right now? I mean, obviously it's full-time on your mind, but hours-wise?
Well, other than the fact that I have a wonderful boss that lets me do these kind of things, and he knows October is going to be busy, but weekends and evenings are filled with this. It's kind of I'll tell myself, okay, no Pinkett forward tonight. I have to walk away from it every once in a while, but it consumes a lot of our time, our extra time, but we have the passion for it, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know how many years it's been since the pink ribbon started, but I'm just wondering if it's the awareness that makes it seem like there's so much out there, or, do you know anything statistic-wise? Is breast cancer, I know it's genetic, but I don't know if I really don't know
A lot about
how you get it, but I'm just wondering, do you think we're seeing more of it, or are we just more aware of it?
Yes, I think we're just more aware of it. I think people are talking more about it. It's not as personal as it used to be. I know when my mom was first diagnosed, I think I was an 8th grader. She was up here for treatment. I grew up in Braddock. Hi, Sonia. I grew up in Braddock, and so she was up here getting treatment. I had 3 siblings younger than me, and I was an 8th grader. So I knew why she was up here, but I didn't know why she was up here. So I don't think it was talked about a whole lot. I think people like me that like to talk, people are just becoming more acceptable of letting the personal side out on things, I think, and knowledge, and knowing now that it is genetic. Not all of it is genetic, but knowing that a lot of it is genetic, the more you talk about it, the more people know. And there's tests out there to see if you're a carrier. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, or doesn't mean that you're not going to get it, but just to know.
Right.
So
I think it's huge that you're doing the things that you're doing with the supplies. I also think it's just nice to know that you can talk to somebody who's been through it so that you know what to expect.
that's the other thing too. We've been had a few speaking engagements that we go out and talk to groups. And the one thing unique about our store or our speaking engagements is I don't follow any type of outline. It's pretty much from my heart, I will cry through it. I will laugh through it. And I will take any questions. Nothing is off the table. Anything that wants to be asked can be asked because knowledge is power.
We
Thank
have
you.
about a minute and a half. I'm going to let you
Okay.
ask the audience a question if you'd like. Is there anything that we can do for you at this time?
Okay. Actually, yes. Anybody have any suggestions on how we can get more traffic on our website or our Facebook page to get our name out there? Any ideas on that? Besides, yes.
I have to say, because the company I work for is called Sun Text Solutions, and it's a text marketing program. And so by putting this text program on your Facebook, on your website,
Okay.
anywhere anybody has visibility to it, as you're
Okay.
talking with people, you get them to sign in to your program by, they send a text to your, what's called a keyword.
Okay.
Okay. From then on, you have the ability to communicate with these people directly.
Okay.
And, you know, you can put links in these text messages to forward to like donation pages.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help right then and there with some volunteers, you can send a message
Okay.
out saying, hey, I could really use a few people this weekend. They cannot respond to you through those messages, but they can call you. You can
Okay.
have your phone number right in
Okay.
the text message. So it's extremely inexpensive and directly goes to people who want to get your messages and want
Okay.
to be there to help you.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
I'll
talk to you.
I'll touch base
Okay.
with you after.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about, is making those
Right,
kind of
right.
connections. I might have 1,000 or so ideas for you, but we won't cover them
And
right
I think
now.
my son goes to school with your daughter, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry
So,
about that.
so
hope he's doing okay.
when I walked in, I recognized you right away. I'm like, oh yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I
But
know that I
thank
speak for
you.
everyone when and I mean this in every possible sense of this phrase. We are so glad you are here to share your story today.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Let's hear it for
Thanks.
Tammy.